When he opened his mouth, I realized that he is a visual. I'm so excited to suffer through another survival show. Hi, I'm back! So yes, another survival show has started and I'm ready to talk about Boys Planet 2, or Boys 2 Planet. The show was originally supposed to have 2 debut groups, one in China and one in Korea, except Mnet completely scrapped that idea and there were rumors that it was supposed to be Yue who was controlling the C group, but they had some disagreement and now that entire idea was thrown away. And I'm really sad because I wish there were 2 debut groups. That would have been so interesting to see the 2 of them working together and doing like little collabs and you know. I definitely think getting rid of the Chinese debut group was super unfair to the Chinese trainees, considering there were 80 trainees over there also waiting to debut, but now there's 160 in total, which is crazy. But anyways, Mnet is always unfair, so let's move on to episode 1. First of all, I love the mentors, especially Hyorin and Kani, because they are so funny. Hyorin is an amazing vocalist. We all know if you've heard her music, then you know that she is amazing. And she was part of Sister, which was an amazing vocalist group. And then we have Kani, who was a famous choreographer who worked with Michael Jackson and Beyonce. So we all know she's going to be a great dance teacher. Both of them had the most funny reactions during the entire show, and I was laughing every time they were on screen. I was a little shocked when they announced that no star means immediate elimination, but then it turns out it was not that bad of an idea. However, I still wish that some of them got a little more of a chance to, you know, develop and get training because that's what they came here for. But anyways, now let's talk about the performances that stood out to me, both good and bad. MC Endy's performance of Bang 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 was not good. If you watch their debut music video, Ice Age, you can feel the passion they have for singing and performing, but on this audition, they were not good at all, and I'm surprised that Bang Joon-hyuk actually survived because he was not great. They did not do as good as I thought they would have done because I've seen their other performances and they were crazy on stage and they did not live up to their name. Then we have the 15-year-old Cube trainees who performed Boy in Love, and it's always the younger trainees that shock me because they feel so free on stage. It's like they have less burden compared to the older trainees who feel like they have no time and they need to debut like right away. Now, the trainee that a lot of people were looking forward to was, of course, Kim Gun-woo because he is the K center and he performed Sweat by Zero Base One. And of course, out of all songs, Sweat, really Mnet, out of all the other good songs that they have, I personally do not like this song. And his performance of it was not outstanding. His vocals were okay, and I don't know how he got All-Star, but anyways. If you read all of the Korean comments, they're all calling him Aircon Man because of his controversy that suddenly popped up on the first day of the show, and we're not going to talk about that. Clearly, he must have done amazing on the Signal song performance for him to become the K center, so I will leave my judgment for that when it comes out. Choco1 performed Hip by Mamamoo and they were so good, let me tell you. Yeom-ye-chan, he is amazing. He's a good rapper and dancer, and if you watched him on Project 7, you already know he is always into it when he performs. And I really hope that he gets more love on this show because he was cut real quick from Project 7. Next, we have the FNC trainees performing a To Us song. And oh my god, I was so excited because Tre Libu, the guy who was very cute, very visual, and turns out when he opened his mouth, I realized that he is a visual. Because he's not a good singer. And you know what? Maybe he will become better. But he is indeed a visual. Now, we have 2 trainees who performed Baekhyun's Candy, and let me tell you, Mnet really set them up because I don't think any trainee would willingly choose to perform a Baekhyun song because we all know Baekhyun sings amazing and nobody can replicate how he performs on stage. Even experienced idols do not choose to do his song covers, so this was a setup for real. To be honest, I was looking forward to this performance because of Pang Nuri, because I watched his PR videos and he was hilarious. And then he opened his mouth And we all know where it went. That boy cannot sing or dance, and he only trained for 2 months. And we can tell. Pang Nudi made a fool out of himself 4 times on stage. The first was doing a terrible performance of Candy. The second was calling himself a visual position. The third was doing a ballad song for a challenge to get another evaluation. And the fourth was begging for a 1 star so that he could stay on the show. And he blamed his nerves on doing bad on stage. That was not the reason. You just don't got the skills, boy. I'm sorry, you deserve to go home. Mnet was cruel for even letting him pass the pre-auditions to get onto the show. Like, that was mean of them. Next, we have 4 trainees who performed Here I Am, which was the signal song for Boys Planet. And let me tell you, they did not do good either. At the end of the performance, one of them ran to the side, threw off their jacket, did 3 flips in the air, and then the music cut. And nothing. All of them just stood there awkwardly, and then the mentors, they were all like, wow. And then, oh, that's the end? Yeah. Why? Whoever composed that performance was evil for doing that to the trainees, because they need to be fired for whatever they told the trainees to do. That was not good. Who said that was good? I laughed so hard at the mentors' reactions. Now we have the trainee from Daegu who performed Chick Chick Boom by Stray Kids, and that was hilarious. Oh my god. He reminded me of My House from the first season. Literally everybody in the stadium was laughing and so happy after watching his performance. I don't understand why he did not get a 1 star, because making people laugh and making them happy is part of being an idol, and he did that. But he accepted the 0 star happily and just left the stage. Like, bring him back just for that. You will be missed, Baek Jae-hyun. Finally, the performance many people were tuning in for, Sangwon and Leo, and they performed No Doubt by ENHYPEN, which we all saw from the teaser, and they did good, of course. Leo is an amazing vocalist, and I'm so happy that the mentors actually mentioned that he's main vocalist material. So I'm looking forward to how he sings in the future performances. Now, the funniest part, of course, is when Sangwon kicked his shoe off in the middle of their performance and he almost cursed. Definitely good, but I don't know about all-star. The episode ends teasing Yumeki's performance, and we all know that he got a 1 star based on previous teasers. So I assume the man cannot sing at all. I mean, he even mentioned in his audition that he thinks singing and dancing together is difficult. And he got a vocal coach for the first time ever because he has never sang before. So I assume he is not a good singer at all, and he only got a 1 star because he's an amazing dancer. I'm sure that he will still debut because his fandom is huge. With that said, I love Boys to Planet, and people take these intro performances way too seriously. Like, just let them be. They all have potential to grow, and that's literally the point of why the trainees are there. To train and get better so they can debut. All the trainees have potential, and that's why I love watching survival shows, because we get to see their growth together and we choose who is the best. At the end of the show, we got an interim ranking, and I was super surprised to see Masato because he literally didn't even perform, and he's the guy who looks like Im Siwan from Squid Games. Well, let me know what you guys think about Boys to Planet episode 1. Who are your 8 picks, and what was your favorite performance? I'm already locked in and ready for this season. And to be honest, I'm more excited for Boys to Planet Group C than I am for Group K. Bye!